Me and my wife started a shop down the street about 6 or 7 blocks. I ended up changing it around, making it into like all skateboarding around '94, and that's what we've been doing ever since. We've been doing like tons of demos and contests and stuff throughout the years, and it's ended up being like growing super huge. One time we had Baker come, which was a really big team, and we had almost 3,000 show up. We used to do it at the YMCA, but it ended up getting to where they didn't fix the park up at all, and they didn't maintain it. So they ended up having holes in the ground, screws hanging out, never fixed it or updated it, so it ended up being where we have to do no demos.
Like at the Y, ramps aren't being kept up. The ground surface, it was built on old tennis courts. There's lots of cracks, making some of the ramps and obstacles obsolete, because you can't go up to something and hit a crack 2 feet before it and expect to have great balance. And
they were going to hire me to work for them and make sure everything was okay, and they ended up not hiring me, I guess, and using a lower bid on it. And those guys were professional like deck builders. They built just decks only. So by the time they came around to it, they shrunk the park about 3 times and took all the obstacles and kind of crunched them together to the point where it was like really hard to skate, and they used the wrong metal, and it's just tons of stuff that were wrong with it. But the decks were really nice. The ramps were horrible.
I've lived here for more than 10 years, and I've never gone there once, just because the stories that I've heard, it's so useless.
I fell down, and like as soon as I fell down, I'm laying on the ground, kind of in pain, because that hurts to get hit there. And the attendant yelled at me for sitting down on the course and told me that was my one warning, and that I was going to be kicked out after that.
And you can never really skate, they don't ever want you skating on people's private property. They have like liability, and you could damage their property as well. So that never is good, so people just need somewhere that they can go and have it, it's like a safe haven, I guess.
I don't know where to skate. You're not allowed to skate on state property.
It seems like it's just so much of a hassle. You get chased off everywhere, or you're on private property, or doing this and that. So we got together a group of like-minded people, and we found a space and built the bowl. The way that it works is there's a group of 15 of us, and we share the rent, and we share the responsibility and the liability. So it's kind of private. We let other people come and skate, but that's by our invitation and our discretion, I guess. People are always calling and wanting to ride, so we have more people wanting to be here than we can handle. So.
Everyone has a friend, they tell that friend tells a bunch of other people. I'd say, probably 75% of the people, I don't know.
Hippo Land was a project that I guess came out maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, and it just started as some kids that had discovered the old Azalea Mall that was demolished, and there was still parts of concrete that were good there.
After about 6 months to a year, people started finding out about it, and then they started building ledges, and Andrew built a couple ledges, and then Justin came in, and then those guys helped build the red thing.
But one day a friend of mine called me up and said he had some money. I think it was like $150 or so, not much. And so I took that, went to the store, got some concrete, got some cinder blocks, and just started putting things together.
It ended up being where you go up there on a Saturday at prime time, and it was about, it could be 50 people up there at any given time. On a weekday, even in schools, and it's probably, I'd say like 15 to 20 people, usually.
They really want us to have a skate park here. It was actually in the original design before I believe any skateboarders were involved. They want to revamp the entire park. So basically, Maury and I, we spoke with friends at Chimborazo, and we were really surprised to find they were more than excited to let us design the park, and be completely in charge of designing the park. And they also gave us the go-ahead on taking over more of the area, because if you look, the skateboarding area that they had allotted for us was a lot smaller than what we need. And so we kind of roughly rezoned what we want to do, and roughly is, yeah, like kind of from right here, like where the telephone pole is here, over to the fence, and then from here all the way over to the tennis court fence over there. And due to cuts in city funding from the original budget, a lot of things in the park have been changed, including like essentially the whole thing has kind of been put on hold, and it's up to us as skateboarders, the community, to raise awareness and funding throughout Churchill and throughout Richmond in order to get this thing built. Because right now our part of the budget, the skate park's part of the budget, is minimal. It's a good start, definitely, but it's not a lot of money, and we're going to need a lot more to get it done well.